Okay, it's the 20th of January. It's a Friday evening, and you're listening to the YouTube video that we prepared for tonight. And again, there's no charge for this, but subscribe and leave a comment or hit the like button, ring the bell, whatever they tell you to do. It helps out build up this channel so that it starts to show up more for other people to see. Okay, now I'm showing you this larger map so you can see the development of the storm. Right now, this is what it looks like. And again, there's some squall action out in western PA and some that's swooping into the northern part of the state. You'll see how this plays out. You can actually see the squall line that stretches all the way from up there all the way down into the Poconos. But it's not anything big, but, you know, it could look pretty dangerous for a while. This is, let's see, let's take you to about 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. And you're going to say, oh, there's nothing out here, really, except a little storm out here. Yeah, well, that's how it works. Just because I predict something doesn't mean it's already on the map. It means it's going to be on the map. And you'll see how this kind of builds up. Now, you see this one coming across, and you see this coming up from the south. And it kind of like converges here. And you'll see there's like a low here, two separate lows, but they'll conjoin as one. But as you see, as it gets closer to Pennsylvania, this is Sunday morning, about 10 o'clock, and nothing in PA yet, so you're good. Saturday, you're good. You know, early Sunday, you're good. Saturday night, you're good. Then as we start to move into the later in the day, this is about 2 o'clock, and you can see some snow breaking out in western PA, and then you can see it. You'll see it hour by hour. This is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Yeah, this moves it during the day. This is around 5 o'clock, and you can see the snow is overtaking the state, and the low out here is beginning to take shape and take everything over. And then this will move through the state, and you'll see there's a changeover down here. There's a mix up, a little bit mix in the Poconos, and then it moves out and it clears away. And this is around 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday night into Monday, and it's starting to move away. Okay, now up close, this is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, and you know where you live in the state. This takes you to around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Poconos are still good. And then you can see, even down where I'm at, there's a chance of some snow and it's a little freezing rain mixing in south. This is around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you can see it moves on up. Rain starts to change over down here where I'm at, and it just seems like if you're south of the mountains, it's tough, but it's going to happen south of the mountain. I'm sure of it. It's just that each storm has to, in its own right, has to take shape. And eventually it'll wear down and it'll start to move south, and you'll get some snow in the I-95 corridor. And just because all the snow's falling, like this takes you to Sunday night around 10 o'clock. All the snow that's going to come down over the next couple of weeks and build up here across the state, it's going to get warm after that and kind of melt a lot of it away, if not all of it, but it's going to melt it. But when we get to past the mid-month of February, very cold temperatures are going to move in, and that's when I'm thinking between, I'd say between February 20th and March 15th. That's your period of time that it's going to be cold, and I think that's your period of time where you're going to see your big snows. If there's going to be a big one, and I think there's going to be one at least, it's going to be during that time frame. Okay, now remember, there's rain involved with this, but snow-wise, this is about right. I think there might be a little bit heavier up here in some of the higher elevations, even out here in the higher elevations, but generally across at least, I'd say 75 to 80% of the state, 2 to 4 inches is in line. And down here, there'll be a mix of dusting to an inch or so on southeastern PA and South Jersey. You're out of luck on the first one. But again, we never thought the first one was going to be your storm for southern New Jersey. Okay, so now this is what you got on the ground by evening on Monday. And then you got to wait, not Tuesday, but you got to wait. These are some wraparound snows up here that are accumulating. But you get to Wednesday, and you can see this expand out. Let's move this in type. This is Wednesday, and you can see it starts to expand out on Wednesday, and then there comes more snow on top of what you have. And this is Wednesday into Thursday, ending in the morning hours on Friday. And so if you've gotten 2 or 3 inches, and now it says you got 9 up here, you've gotten another 6 inches, and the same thing out here, whatever the first map showed you, which was there. And then you have 3.5 out here, and then it shows like this. So then you can see generally 4 to 6 inches maybe with the second storm coming through. And then as you can see, there's been a little bit of additional down here, and it's getting closer and closer. And you can see some numbers showing up here in South Jersey and getting closer to the city of Philadelphia here. So rain, but then a little bit of snow also with it. So, it's a little bit. And that's where that goes. And the next storm, which will be more southern, you can see snow reaches into South Jersey, Philadelphia, and on up. Generally, basically 2 to maybe 5 or 6 inches. But this one has a possibility of. I showed you yesterday a storm across the front. It has a possibility of doing that because everything's going to set up, and a southern storm is not out of the question. And again, this is what I was talking about. There could be one. This is a GFS model showing one somewhere around between the 2nd and the 4th. And so this isn't out of the question either. Things have to fall. But you got to remember one thing, and I tell you this all the time. One storm comes through, it affects the next one. And then that one comes through, and it affects the next one. And since we have multiple storms in line here, each one will affect what the other one does. So you can do what I'm doing, kind of showing you what I think is going to happen. But as soon as this one comes through this weekend, then we pay attention to the one that's coming later on in the week. And then we pay attention to the one that's coming the following week. And then you can narrow it down because you have several storms got to come through. And you're trying to say, okay, the 3rd or 4th storm from now is going to be the big one. It's hard to tell. You got to really see what the atmosphere does after each storm comes through. And then you criticize me saying, 2 weeks away, I'm predicting this. No, I'm looking at different things that you don't see and that I see, and I'm kind of saying, okay, this should happen. It's just let you know that it's on the table. It's not the Bible. I'm not Mother Nature. I'm just letting you know it's possible. Really, what's on the table is the one you're getting this weekend. So for you YouTubers, this is the one over the weekend. You can see the rain down here, the snow up here, and it kind of moves away. See, the rain moves further north late Sunday, and then it kind of changes what's down here in southeastern PA. It changes it to snow, or changes it to rain, and then this moves off, and then you get to the middle of the week, and you can see that one starts off as snow again, and it works its way, and that's why there's more snow up here than the first one. But it eventually changes to rain also at the end before the colder air comes in behind it. That's as far as we're going to take this right now. So I'll keep track of this. All those are the next 2, and you still got 2 more beyond that yet. And then, like I said, warm up, and then the cold period, I think, is towards the end of February to the middle of March. And I think if you're going to get the big one, that's going to be the time you're going to get the nor'easter, because everything's going to set up for that one. All right, this is Fred. Take it easy. I'll update this tomorrow or Sunday, depending on what I see fit. And I will do that on Facebook next time. All right, take it easy. Be safe. And this is PA Weather Outlook on YouTube. Subscribe and like. All right. Thanks a lot, people. I appreciate you following me.